Good afternoon. My name is Zhang. I'm from the University of Bologna, Italy. I'm a PhD student at the Department of Classical Philology and Italian Studies. And I would like to present you our work to this special collection of journal. So the title of our paper is Repurposing and Adapting Language Resources for a Historical Italian Large Language Model Benchmark. So, the objective of our work, as described in the title of the paper, is to create a high quality historical Italian benchmark that covers let's say, a wide temporal breadth and also a great variety of authors by reusing digital humanities datasets. So there are actually many this kind of datasets available out there that can be repurposed for such benchmark. It's just that they have different formats and different standards, and it's hard to put them together. So this is the work that we aim to do. And so the motivations, why would we need such a benchmark? Well, a historical Italian benchmark can guide you through model selection in case you want to, for example, annotate a digital archive or do some automatic processing on a resource of historical Italian. So in this case, it can guide you to help you to find the most effective LLM for this task. So we collected several publicly available datasets with high quality annotations or metadata. So this is the overview of all the resources we used to construct the benchmarks. As you can see, it covers a very large historical period. So from basically 13th century to the modern era. So let's say it's from the beginning of existence of Italian language to the end of 19th century. And so in this case, we can also see that we have different text genres. So we have novels such as Promessi Sposi and also commentaries. We have a collection of letters with named entity recognition, which is these two correspondence datasets here. We also use the Biblioteca Italiana that contains text of various genres because it's a quite large digital libraries with more than 1,000 books. And we also used some poetries. So that's the overview of the datasets adopted. And so due to the time constraints, I'm not going to go through all the tasks that are developed based on these language resources. So I'm just showing one example to show a general idea of how the internal of the benchmark look like. So this is one of our tasks. We call this chronological ranking, and it's built based on the Italian, the Biblioteca Italiana, the Italian library. And in this case, it's a task we call chronological ranking. And so these are the text snippets that we extracted from the library. So we selected texts that are semantically highly similar, but they're produced by different authors of different era. So for example, in this case, we make sure that there is at least 100 years difference between the production of each poem. And so in this case, it's used as the input to large language model and ask it to rank the most recent text to the most ancient text. And so we developed a range of tasks based on these resources that we just had a look at. And we then used several large language models to evaluate their performance on the benchmark to see how they perform on each task. So here we used DeepSeek, Claude, and GPT. So for these three models, we used the most advanced checkpoints that are available at the time of publication. And we also tried with two smaller scale LLMs. So we have Minerva, which is the monolingual instruction-tuned language model that is developed by Sapienza University, I think. And so we tested this one because it's the a monolingual model that is specifically designed for Italian. And we also used Llama. And so the evaluation metrics are accuracy for most of the task, and the Spearman's correlation for the chronological ranking. And so here, as we can see, an overview to the results shows that it's a benchmark that is far from being saturated, and it's very, let's say, it's still a great challenge for all models. As you can see, no models here achieved a near perfect score. And the other observation is that in general, larger scale language model performs better than Minerva and Llama, which are two smaller models. So here the scale law is still valid, let's say. And another observation is that different model, the gap of performance between different model can be huge on different tasks. In general, Claude is the better one, but you can also observe some great difference. So for example, in the authorship verification task, the Claude is achieving score that is much, much better than the other models, which have results that is very close to random guessing. So this is our work and the results we have obtained. Thank you for listening.